We all are constantly inundated in today's society with how to cut out time to make more time for something else, or how to hack your way to do something, how to find a life hack so that you don't have to spend as much time doing X, Y, Z, how to cut calories faster, how to get your food quicker, how to cram more into less time. If you want to fast track your results to success, then this video, this show, what I'm doing today on this Raw review, I believe is what you need to hear. So stay tuned. And on this episode of the Raw review, when we get done, you're going to understand what fast tracking results in your life will do for you and how you learn to become the person that can fast track things in life. Welcome back to the Raw Review, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Robert Morris. I'm your friend in success, and I love to be able to talk to you. I do the show because it's fun and because I get more out of it than you do, because I get to positively impact you, have that come back to me in my life, but I also get to reinforce these principles that have changed my life in such a big way. And every time I teach, I master it a little bit more. And that's what we're talking about today. It's a broad-based subject because the subject matter of mastery is so deep, fast, and life-changing. But I want to make sure that you understand this is not a video to show you a new life hack. I gave it the title of Fast Tracking Your Way to Learning Something, the fast track to success, because I think that there's too many people out there trying to benefit and profit from your want to fast track your success by giving you some golden object, some shiny new way of doing something just so they can sell you a course or a product. That's not what this is about. I'm going to be real with you. I'm your friend, and because we're friends here, I want to be the friend that's going to tell you, hey, this is not the way to go about this. This is going to hurt you negatively if you make your life about trying to hack your way to success, because most things in life that are lasting, especially wealth, prosperity, cannot be hacked, and that's why returns that are won or that are made fast, quick money, that's why those things don't last, and that's why get-rich-quick schemes are always just that, schemes, or they are something that will be here today and gone tomorrow. I want to help you have not only lasting success in life, but I want you to understand the power that comes with having a handle on your finances and then controlling your life through that, and then also having a control of your mindset and being in a place where you realize where you're going and you're able to obsess about not the results, but about the daily practice of growing in your skill, mastering who you are, becoming a better you, and being perceptive about how life is enjoyable in that process. And it's not just all about, I'm going to wait to be happy until when. And so the first step of this whole process, guys, is stop trying to hack your way. I'm not saying that I didn't benefit from learning how to speed read. I'm not saying that I haven't benefited from a few couple of life hacks here or there, or from, a success tip that made it a little bit easier for X, Y, or Z. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that our obsession, my generation's obsession, and the Gen X's obsession with fast speed, Google search, instant, is going to hurt us in the end. And it's a negative scourge on society that we as Americans, as we grow into being the leaders of this new free world, we can't have that thought process inundate and be everything we're about. Hacks here and there are okay, but the future of us depends on us getting back to the idea of focusing on long-term mastery in things. Figuring out, like if you want to be wealthy, for instance, learning how to master finances, picking something that you can become a high income earner in, and making your life about mastering that skill, and then using those monies to transfer over to having somebody else and yourself, or just yourself, invest those and grow a money army. Mastery in life is, I believe, the best way to fast track it, because once you get it set and you start to focus on the mastery, life becomes more enjoyable, and it becomes a slower pace that you actually slow down to speed up with. Okay, I'm going to kind of round that out in a minute. So, mastery is the way to go. And mastering a certain subject, making your life about the one thing, the business, the investment. I'll give you examples. My life has now become about educating, teaching, making the Rob Review into something, building a business around that. But it's also about becoming the best market operator that I can be, and then being the best husband through that process, because I am now able to focus on just a few key things with my day, and then being a better father because now I have more time, and I'm not always somewhere else. I used to be, I'm driving, I'm thinking about work. When I get to work, I'm thinking about home. When I'm at home, I'm thinking about work the next day, and when I'm on vacation, I'm thinking about where I should be. I never was really anywhere, and I never enjoyed life. Now, I'm always able to plan ahead. I still have to deal with things that come along. Life happens, folks, but I'm able to assess, determine, focus time, and map out, no matter what, I know that I'm progressing in some way, and if I don't progress the way I want to that day, it's okay. I'll figure out a way to do it later, and I don't let that stress boil over into the other parts of my life, because each part of my life has a focused master set of skills that I'm trying to learn. And so when I'm doing that thing, when I'm being a husband, I'm being a husband, and I'm focused on how can I be the best husband. When I'm being a father, I'm being a father, and I'm not thinking about the market. But outside of that, I've been taught by my mentor to make my life about being the best trader, about being a CEO operator, about the idea that there are people that dabble and say they're traders, and there are people that trade for a living. There are people that actually are traders, and they eat, think, and breathe how to be better at the stock market all the time. See, when I was in high school, I wrestled. It's a thing I fell into when skeet shooting was not an option to be on a team at my school, and I wanted to be on a team. I tried football, I tried some other things, but wrestling's what I fell into. And I learned through that process that I was not a wrestler. I was a person who wrestled, and that's okay. What I should have been, though, is a wrestler. And I didn't know that at the time, or I should have given it up, because you are either going to be a person that masters something and therefore you're doing something with it, or you're a dabbler and you are literally just wasting your time and the time of the people around you. And as a person who wrestled, that's what I did. And so in life right now, if you haven't chosen the path of mastery, you're dabbling, and therefore it's probably why you're not where you want to be. And it's also probably why you always seem to be behind the eight ball. And so the second piece of this is, once you choose that you're going to master something and you choose where you're going, you start to make your life about planning ahead. And then you can be able to be on the attack rather than the defense. And then your days become about productivity. How can I move forward? How can I block out time? How can I be better? Because we've all got 24-hour days, folks. You're not going to fit more in. You have to build habits around other things you do, and then trim the fat of the crap that's not useful for you, and figure out how to make sure that your high productivity skills are the ones that you focus on the most. You know, like so many people spend their days 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, answering email here, answering email there. Before you know it, your whole day's gone. Well, let's try a simple little thing of next time you get ready to go to work, plan ahead, figure out the best thing that you can, if you got nothing else done that day, what's the one thing that you could do? And then start your day off with blocking out some time to start that task from beginning to end and get done with it. And if that doesn't start to help you by blocking out that time, then you may need to ask a whole nother question altogether about what you're doing. Because maybe you're not becoming productive enough at that you're actually going to become a highly paid income earner in that. Because I believe your life should be about living the life you want from the income you receive, as opposed to making your life about work. Okay? So we've talked about kind of number 1 and number 2 of this. We play to win. We focus our time. We complete tasks and block out time so that we can start to actually progress daily. And then that's also important that you track that. You track your progress. You assess, how is my newfound way of doing things doing? And you constantly adjust until you get it to a point where it's flowing very well for you. And there's always going to be bumps in the road. But those bumps don't throw you off, because now you know that you have a plan that's able to get you right back on the horse. Okay? We'll kind of round this all up with the idea that now let's start using our life to be about mastery, so that we can make our days about expanding our perception and about testing ourselves as we go through life. When you're driving, focus on the drive. Make your car an educational resource if you need to, so that you can learn while you're on the go, but also use your perception skills to kind of open yourself up to things that you used to just shut yourself off from while you're driving. The interesting thing is that when you do that, you're going to enhance your perception in a way that when you get into the office or you get started on the thing that you're doing that day, you're better at it, because you have opened the floodgates of not only creativity, but your thought process of perceiving ways that you can do things on a higher frequency than you did the day before. It's like turning into a new, upgraded station in your mind. And then you begin to see, okay, I'm going to go for a walk, and instead of just walking, I'm going to see what I can see that I didn't used to see before. And you're training yourself to be more perceptive of a person. And here's the thing that happens. The better you get at that, the more that you see opportunity everywhere. And the more that you begin to realize that the things that you want to obtain is just a matter of time, because everything is there to help you make it happen. And you become a person that, through expanding your perception, you've become happier, healthier, and wealthier. And you start to enjoy life as a whole. And then life is no longer about, well, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when I become a millionaire. I'll be happy when I pay off my debt. I'll be happy when. No, you're happy now because you're living life and not just working to achieve, grinding to achieve. Results are important because they measure our success. They allow us to have measurable ways of tracking. But they're a byproduct of the daily grind and the mastery that makes life worth living. Now, if you stayed tuned with me through all this, the final thing that I want to kind of talk to you about is the idea that if you haven't, you need to approach mastering your finances and starting with your debt. When you start to kill that debt, when you take it all, and if you've never done it before, add it all up, see how much it is. Usually it's not as big of a monster as you thought it was when you add it all up. Breaking it down card by card, debtor by debtor, and then putting that in your refrigerator or on a board and in your pocket and keeping it with you and focusing on how do I make myself a better me so I can pay this off. You start to see that you are making progress, and it opens up a whole can of good in your life because you see yourself digging yourself out of a hole. And if you can dig yourself out of the debt hole that most Americans never do, you have the confidence that you can do anything you set your mind to. So, with that, I'll leave you food for thought. Start with figuring out, where's your advantages in life? How can you get to where you want to be faster by slowing down to speed up in an area of mastery? And then go for it. Buy yourself a journal and start assessing daily and obsessing about planning your day. You start to control your time and your mind. And then all of a sudden, you wonder how you ever live without it. I'll see you on the next Rob Review, guys. I really do love talking to you. I'm your friend, Robert Morris, friend of success here. I want to help you. If you're willing to listen, or if you just want somebody to kind of listen to, email me if you have any questions, robert@therobreview.com. Remember, life is not worried or focused on how much money you start out with. Nobody starts out with anything, really. We all start at zero, both mind and pocket, even if we're born into a family that can give us some kind of upward privilege. Regardless, we all have to start our own journey, and that journey really begins with your faith. So you got to have faith, and faith starts with confidence, and once you have that, you can build the belief that you can do anything. So get out there and go to work on mastering your life.